It's finally happened.
It is the start of a process. Yes, it has finally happened.
You warned about it back in October in a column in the Financial Times. I believe it was right at the very end of October. You said this looms large over the market. We have a new range, a new band for the BOJ. The upper range, the upper limit of that band is now 0.5. We haven't tested that today. For me, this hasn't had the reaction I thought it would have in global markets. You think this is what would take place based on what you've seen so far?
Yes. Look, what they're trying to do is an orderly, slow exit from an unsustainable monetary policy regime. Now, they can't say that, but that's what they're trying to do. So they did two things today that were quite smart, John. First, they increased QE. They're basically telling you, if you want to test the 50 basis points, come to me, and I can absorb as many bonds as you want to sell. So the first thing they're trying to do is no immediate testing of the ceiling. Second, they've chosen a low liquidity period to do this. Again, pretty smart. Now, the good news for them is I think they can control the process. That's actually good news for global markets because it doesn't force selling by Japanese institutions. However, over time, even this approach becomes unsustainable.
There's a ton we need to work through. The question I've asked all morning, and you've heard me ask it, so let me ask it of you. Do you believe this is a step towards normalization? Or is this the BOJ, and that's what they're trying to signal, communicate this morning, basically resetting policy on a more sustainable path? They're very different things. Which one is it?
It's absolutely the former. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the step towards normalization, but they're trying to make it a really long process, as unexciting as possible, so that it doesn't force selling by Japanese institutions. That's the big risk, and they've learned it from what happened in the UK. They've seen what happens in the UK when you shock the government bond market. When people have already optimized a low-yielding environment, they don't want this to happen. So yes, this is the beginning of the process. The genie's out of the bottle, whatever you want to call it, right? You've heard that phrase all day, but it's going to be, they're going to attempt a very slow process.